might whisper about it here. We got some conspiracy videos for y'all.
Everything shut down. I just restarted my phone. I'm publishing this now. It's landing. Jesus. Holy shit. My God. Somebody go get them. Somebody go get them now. This thing's
I
landing.
don't know about this, y'all. I'd be
Holy
kind of
shit.
suspect on stuff like this sometimes. I dang sure figured
My
with all the
God.
technology we'd have a little bit better footage than this. Come on now. I ain't
It's
no
not a
Ray Charles.
helicopter.
I do like sunglasses, but I ain't blind, y'all.
Oh my God. Port St. Lucie, Florida. US 1. They see it.
Man, then he's gonna say Florida, dude. You just made us look lame. That don't even look like a UFO, dude. Oh man, I don't know what you talking about. I don't
Walmart
see no
Supercenter right now.
UFO. I'm
It
not
looks pretty
gonna
good.
agree with you. Nope.
6 p.m. Just crossed US 1.
Is anyone else like too aware? Like I'm too aware that this is all temporary. This is all part of the human experience, and
Oh
that
Lord, she
nothing
done
matters,
make
and
some
that
bad acid.
everything is subconscious programming, and everything is made up. Like the days of the week, that's made up. Monday, someone decided this day is called Monday. This day is called Tuesday. It's all made up. Like humans made everything up. Like money, it's just made up. It doesn't mean anything. Like there are so many different things, like road signs, the street names. Like somebody just decided this street is named that name. Like it's so stupid. Like it's really hard for me to live my
I think
life
she
and just
could
be a
have been
normal
the
person
first
because
Karen.
I'm just too
Yo,
aware.
she might have been the
I'm
first
always
Karen.
seeing things from a background perspective. Like I'm seeing everything. I'm seeing through
This
the
is probably
programming, seeing through
what
the
all
matrix. Does
Karens
anyone
watch
else
every
know what
morning
I'm
before
saying, or
they
am I
get
just
up
crazy?
and go
Please help
about
me
their
out.
day. Just saying.
Definitely not alone. It's like waking up to a whole new reality, and it's overwhelming when you think about it too much. The more you...
Who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book?
FBI.
But
Ooh.
who? That is I mean, there's
that's under direct control of the director of the FBI. Just like the manifesto from the Nashville school shooting
Yes.
of the Catholic school.
Yeah.
We still haven't seen that, right?
Ooh, boy,
It's not
this
the
is
National
crazy.
Police
This
or
stuff
PD
gets so
saying we don't
deep,
want this
man.
out. The FBI airmailed into that operation and said this is not getting out. Because they do that because this is another government gangster operation. All these local law enforcement communities
Government
get
gangster,
funded
that
from the
you
DOJ
just
and
said.
FBI for local
GG,
programs.
government
If you don't
gangster.
cooperate, you're not getting your $1 million for this, and you're not getting and that's a lot of money to these local districts. That's how they play the game. That's why you don't have a black book or the manifesto.
but the Black Book, it's not just sitting. I mean, that's Hoover power times 10.
And to me, that's a thing I think President Trump should run on. On day one, roll out the black book.
Ouch. That
And not
would
just
be,
that. On day one, roll
that
out
would be really
all
crazy.
of the text message communications we were told were deleted. On day one, play the rest of the video of the pipe bomber. On day, one of the reforms I talk about in government gangsters is you need a central node to be continuously declassifying. This is another thing they do. They overclassify. And I'm telling you, as a former number 2 in the IC, they overclassify 50% of the stuff there to protect the deep state. Oh no, you can't see that. Nothing to see here. Gina was a master at it, of doing it. And we still haven't seen half of the Russiagate report that we wrote. Still under lock and key.
Did he just say that we wrote?
The ICA
And
was
we ain't even
originally
seen it?
constructed. We put 10,000 man
That's
hours against John
crazy.
Brennan's team that did it. And we found out why they came up with their bogus conclusion. But we couldn't sell it to the world because we couldn't talk about it, and the government gangsters came in and buried it. All of these things, there needs to be a continuing central power, whether it's the White House or offsite, that
Man,
says
if y'all can hit
every
that
request
like
that comes
button, make
in,
a
just right
comment.
out the
You know, I'm
door, as long
sorry
as
this
it's not a
video
major
is,
threat
this
to
is
national
just
security.
disappointing.
See, my surrogate mother was Viola Armstrong. She had a son
Oh,
named Neil.
snap.
Oh, really? As you know, the story
This
goes,
guy
she
ain't a
went down to
cyclist, though.
Antarctica, had a heart attack,
Armstrong must have
stroke,
got it from his
combo,
dad.
and came back. And then there was stuff on the internet. And I had to look at Buzz and ask him, Buzz, what happened down there, Bud? Buzz did say one thing, and it just stuck in my head. It's the way he said it. He just said, we thought out things we shouldn't. And if Buzz saw something, I don't know what it was, but it was enough to give the man a heart attack. So if there are beings down there, I would think these beings never planned on us. They've been there, they came in
Really
billions of years
scary
ago. They've been
thought
under
to
ice for
think
millions of years.
that's a possibility.
I don't think they were expecting us.
Let me add something about Buzz Aldrin, that there was this very cryptic tweet that came out during his stay down there. He said, "We have seen the faces of evil and we're all in danger." And this is right before he had his heart attack. And I can tell you, logistically, to do a medical evacuation from the interior of Antarctica is very difficult and very expensive. So something must have majorly gone wrong.
To underscore the fact that when the C-130 crew had dropped them off, they disappeared. And then when they went to try to find them, there was nothing at the National Science Foundation camp at all. Nothing.
They were
moving.
gone.
They were
dozen
totally
Dude, I
gone.
tell you, dude.
And when they did
This
show up,
Antarctica
they had
stuff
been
is
missing
so
for
wild.
a couple of weeks. And Brian S. and the C-130 flight crew were then sent back. And they were expecting that they would see this group of scientists out to meet their plane, doing this, yelling something. And he said they were lined up like birds on a wire. They were all kind of next to each other, and most of them had
I
their
wouldn't have
heads
picked them up.
down, looking
I
at
would have
their
done took
feet
back
when
off
the
and
C-130
left
was
them.
pulling up.
Don't be out there looking
And
crazy
that
waiting for me to
somebody
pick
had
you
to
up,
go
boy.
from the
I'd be
flight
spooked
crew
easy.
over to the scientists and direct them to get onto the plane. And they talked about how not one single scientist said one word. Most of them walked with their looking down at the ground. Brian said when they got them loaded up, he said to his flight chief, "What in the world? Where have they been?" And the flight chief said, "I don't know. We can't get a word out of them." And during the flight, Brian went and sat down next to one of the scientists, and he said he leaned over and touched the scientist's knee, and the man never looked up. And he said, it was as if we were dealing with 12 or 15 people who had suffered post-traumatic shock syndrome, that they were unnaturally frozen in their position and no speaking, and that they all looked afraid. That one of the SEALs that I have talked to that is not in the video said that as they walked for a mile or 2 miles into these very strange created architectures, they reached a point where something started coming through the walls out into the air. At first, it would go in and out of visibility, and then they realized that their minds were being
Got to
manipulated.
go, boy.
And
Ain't
then
no way.
when they could see it clearly, and it was coming in and out like a television signal in the air, it appeared to be covered with scales, like an armadillo, the surface of an armadillo. And he said, when you are face to face with something like that, and you are trained in military to kill, but you're dealing with something you've never seen, and it can go in and out of visibility, and you know that your mind is being taken over by something that you are fighting. He said that happened in one of those corridors, and that was 2012.
There's definitely something in Antarctica.
America, this is not good. University Hospital's patient under isolation after arriving from Democratic Republic of Congo. Wait till I tell you what's going on in the Congo. A terrifying new flu-like disease has unalived 179 people, mostly teens, and healthy officials have no idea what it is. Well, guess what? It's in Ohio, people. Out of Westlake, Ohio, University Hospitals say staff are utilizing proper masking and isolation protocols after a patient arrived to UH St. John Medical Center Emergency Department with flu-like symptoms. Now, according to a spokesperson, the patient recently traveled from the Democratic Republic of Congo. The patient ultimately ended up at UH St. John Medical Center's Emergency Department with flu-like symptoms. You guys, when I say this disease in Congo is not good, I mean it is not good. The unidentified disease has infected at least 300 people in the Democratic Republic of Congo since November 10th, causing flu-like symptoms including fever, headaches, coughing, breathing difficulties, and anemia. Well, America, it just might be here. And of all places, Ohio, right by where I live. Please tell me this is not in our country. This is literally the last thing we need.
Can somebody tell me why it's pink outside? Look at that. Okay, so I just noticed that the sky...
Pink outside,
What the
huh?
hell? What is that smell? The sky is pink, you guys, and it smells funky out here.
Oh man, well go back in,
Ew, I don't know what
lady.
that is. I don't know if you guys can see the sky, but it's fucking pink, dude.
I hope she don't ask us if we can smell it.
And it has a weird smell.
Here in a second, I'm waiting for her to
I don't know
go.
what
Do y'all
that
smell it,
is,
guys?
but you guys can see the sky.
The visitors, the Greys.
Oh, you know people that are connected to them?
Of course.
All right, y'all.
I am. That's why I implant.
I ain't watched all this one yet. This one could be far-fetched.
That's why what?
The implant in my ear is my... It'll turn
Also,
on during the
remember,
interview, and you'll be
follow,
talking
like,
to me
and
and to them.
subscribe. Leave me some comments,
You don't
too.
have an implant.
I will
You're pulling my
comment
leg.
back.
No,
with
I'm not telling you the truth. You don't know about it? You never read the books?
I read Communion.
Oh, okay. You've only read Communion.
I've only read Communion.
Okay, yeah, I have this. Well, I'll tell you the story. I'll just give you a brief preface now.
Perfect.
It was put in 1989. I was wide awake when it was done. It was done by two people. There's a whole lot of people who are connected with the visitors, who are connected with them, and these were two.
Anybody needs a little bit of Jesus in their life. There
I
he is.
couldn't
A
use
little bit
it
of
for
Jesus
years,
for everybody. From
but
her,
after my wife
herself,
died, it began
the
to
one and
become
only.
useful.
Oh, my
And
God.
it now is my absolute go-to. It's like having an unbelievable AI, only whatever's on the other side of it is not artificial, but brilliant. It works with me when I'm writing. At 3 o'clock every morning, I get up and there's a dialogue that goes on. It's not like channeling. It's much more direct than that. It's very direct. And during interviews, it will be working most of the time.
Can you see it behind your ear?
Feel it, yeah.
You can feel it.
It's right here, yeah.
Have you ever had a doctor look at it?
Absolutely. I've got an MRI scan of it. In fact, I'll send it to you on my phone. I mean, a CT scan of it. That CT scan was done by someone in the CIA.
What?
Who wanted it very badly to be taken out, but I wouldn't let him. Yeah.
How did you get a CT scan done by somebody in the CIA?
No, it was done. The CT scan was done privately at his request by a doctor who he called and set up.
Okay. How did a CIA person get to find out about your implant?
Very strange.
I'm known to them, to the IC, to be a legitimate close encounter witness, and they are interested in that.
Why do you think the CIA is so interested in people who have had close encounters?
Well, I think they kind of backed
What
into
does that
it
dude
because
mean? He
their
knows why they'd be
brief is
crazy
foreign
he
intelligence.
says that.
And this is about as foreign intelligence can get. And when the CIA was first founded, the Roswell incident occurred. The Army Air Corps became the Air Force, and the CIA was founded, and the National Security Act was passed, all in the same few months. And
this was like July
47, July to October of 47, and so all of the infrastructure was then in place. And I think it was just a very natural thing that CIA would be the go-to agency to study this.
Whisper about it. I'm sorry about that last one. That dude asking stupid questions like that. Why do you think the CIA would want to know about you being abducted or anything? Come on, dude. That was crazy. Anyways, hey, y'all. Whisper about it. Follow, like, and share. Promise to get y'all some better footage, better videos. Boredom at its best. God bless.